Hello and welcome to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, a Turnabout for the Ages, Part 5. Woof. Alright, y'all, this is it. This is the finale. It's a fun game, but finally. Okay, let's go. April 6th, 5:30 p.m. A Berry Big Circus. It's very big. Oh, hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Did you guys come to watch the show? Hello, Miss Berry. Mr. Saint. Why is this so much better? Oh, there we go. Oof. You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. But I'm glad you kept your promise. Yes, I remembered you giving me this. That's great. You're going to have so much fun. I even think you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh. I think you've surprised me enough for one day already. Oh shit, it's a confrontation. Oh no. What are you talking about? Would you mind looking at this photograph, Miss Berry? That's the eye painted on the balloon you used to advertise the circus, correct? Oh, yeah. What is this exactly? I have a strong suspicion that the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. You do? Who's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, that would be Simeon. But wait, you don't mean... I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm not in that room. Mr. Saint. You took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you? Sure, I was practicing. I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I need to put in some extra hours. So you can just fly a bloody air balloon, hot air balloon, whenever you want. Cool. Sure. At night? When it would have been even more difficult than usual? Strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon out? What are you saying? Always murder. Always murder with you people. That you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious Kay to the top of the big building in order to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. The security cameras never recorded Kay taking the elevator up to the roof. Which means she must have gotten there another way, from the sky. And the only person able to make that happen would have been you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand. That's not all you did. You also attacked Sean at the garbage disposal. Man, I'm gonna keep saying garage instead of garbage until I die, probably. You attacked Sean at the garbage disposal area, drugged him, and carried him away. That's why you were late for the hearing at the courthouse, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do any of those things? Please, you have to believe me. I'd never, ever, ever do anything like that. I wish I could believe you, but I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. That's horrible. Why would you say that? You told me back at the jail. You said you believed I was innocent. don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Fortunately so, I'm afraid. In the Dead Dad Club. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill me. Oh, but you were very, very wrong. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you. And we will get you out of here. This is just awful. I never thought you'd lie to me. But we didn't lie. I swear, Simeon, You said you knew what it was like to be me. I trusted you. That hurts, Kay. It hurts so much. He's a fucking psychopath. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This is Simeon we're talking about. He's not a bad person. I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it? With everybody. You root out their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. And without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to do. Exactly the behavior of one. Exactly the behavior one would expect from the arch manipulator behind all our recent troubles. I was too blind to see it before, but you won't fool me again. Simeon Saint, you are guilty of crimes too numerous to mention. Oh, so that's how you want to play it, huh? Oh. You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-belief into dust is kind of a hobby of mine. What in the Snow White is happening here? What the hell? So the chipmunks brushed his hair, and now he's using a cat as an armrest. Okay, sure. Well done, all of you. Well, this is certainly a side of him we haven't seen before. So much for the trainee animal tamer. So much for the trainee animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly. I guess that was all an act. But I'm glad we're finally getting to meet the real you. Simeon? This can't be true, can it? Truth, lies, what does it matter? Huh? All you need to know is that Mr. Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. Okay, so a pig holding up a chipmunk, holding up a cat, holding up a man. Okay. That is one distorted ass totem pole. And now he's going to pay. I was just out practicing. Sure, I went up in the balloon a couple nights ago, but I was just practicing. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I fly around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. That face. So you go up in the balloon reasonably often? Yeah, promoting the circus, like I said. Is that true, Miss Berry? Well, it's true that it's Simeon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. I guess just about everybody in the area would have seen him up there by now. Well, that same balloon was used in the commission of a crime. Nonsense. I just happened to be in the area where it happened. Of course you were. Somebody took a picture when I was floating past the big building, that's all. I'll be the judge of whether you just happened to buy. Thank you very much. balloon. Do you usually launch it from here at the circus? No. You need a wide open space. There's a park over by Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. I see. And how do you get the balloon to park? How do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. That thing must weigh a few hundred pounds. It's kind of impressive that it can even get off of the ground now that I think about it. I'd prefer if you didn't change the subject. How do you transport the balloon? Wow, give a guy a break, will ya? It's not like I was getting miles off track. Sheesh. We use a truck, okay? You just load it on the back and away you go. A truck, you say? Yeah, last time I took it out would have been 2 days ago. That could be important. I better keep it in. Was it Beast Truck?
Objection!
That you were so certain was a trash truck, sir? This truck, it wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance. Huh? So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today. One with a large basket loaded on the back. If that was the truck you told us about, then your statement about it not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Ooh. That look. Oh, Emma! Agent Lang, Emma. There you are, Mr. Edgeworth, at last. I've been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. You sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away. And I found what you asked me to go look for. It was loaded onto a truck in the parking lot out back. A blue truck. Well, well. Oh, was Emma the person he was talking about that we need their help? Okay. Well, I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
Objection!
What, just because it's blue? Like a million other trucks? What makes you so sure it's the exact same one? No, I saw it too. It's the same one for sure.
Objection!
Huh? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That wasn't me. Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims with evidence. He's an impressionist. Wow, you sound just like him. Show me. I demand proof. I must be able to prove it somehow. It's the same truck, I'm sure of it. Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No way! You can tell just from that? What can I use to prove it's the same truck? I'd like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Huh? Why would you want to do that? Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. And if I do, that will prove beyond all doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. These prints will prove that it was on the truck we saw. Yours? You think you're gonna find your own print on there? I do, because I put my hand on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, could you lend us your scientific skills one more time? That's why I'm here. One moment, please. Alrighty, take it away, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Me? Of course. Who else did you think was going to do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how. Fine. Although I don't see why you can't do it yourself. So just spread the powder over the area you want to search for prints. Like this. Moving the cursor around and pressing A. Love a tutorial in the end of the game, you know. It sticks to the fingerprints. So once you found one, make sure to dump plenty on there. And then blow away the excess. Blow it away? Yeah, with your mouth. Like that. Why is she... instead of... I'm sure there might be a reason. I don't fucking know. Blowing with X should remove any excess powder. I do believe this was one of those games back on the DS where like you just blow into the microphone and it did it. But the Switch doesn't have quite a thing like that. Alright, you got all that? Yes, thank you. Now to try it for food. Oh, there's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy. I will dust everything! Ha 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 ha. Oh, yep, that's a fingerprint. That's a fingerprint. That's it. That's a nice clean print you got there. The funny thing is, it kind of looks like my fingerprint. Can we compare it to my prints right away? Yep, leave it to me. Yeah, seriously, I have that same mark. I'm the murderer. That confirms it. It's Mr. Edgeworth's print, all right. And with that, another lie is exposed. Yeah. Don't hurt the bunnies. So what were you doing in the truck? Oh, just driving around for fun.
Objection!
For funsies. Kay was abducted 2 nights ago. And your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage. Your truck was sighted nearby.
Objection!
Coincidence, nothing more. You want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions simply by chance? Just be honest, you were involved in both. What makes you think they were even connected?
Objection!
A certain very important piece of evidence, that's what. Oh, this should be good.
Take that!
Kay was drugged with a dose of a powerful sedative. And a bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand.
Objection!
Huh. I knew you'd try something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what? Does that mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do that doesn't prove anything for sure. Must have something. There must be a piece of evidence that it can tie to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Miles, you're all the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime or you flat out make it up, just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence tamperer we've had the misfortune of meeting.
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him.
Objection!
Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? So you don't have anything that can tie you directly to both kidnappings. Did Gumshoe not keep the bottle? Like... Oh, gummy. Okay, you about done there, Miles? No more cheap shots left to fire? Great. Well, I have a show to be rehearsing for, so if you don't...
Objection!
Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. Wouldn't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simeon, old pal? What are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I just sensed the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? I thought I ought to lighten the mood. Help me out here, Kay. Lift our spirits with a little dose of the old great thief magic. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, let's see if I can do Simeon's voice. Here goes. Objection. What are you? Take this seriously, will you? Thought you could do with somebody running a little interference for you, monster. Not the most ethical approach, I know, but again, Kay, again. We can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. My last chance to try to prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Egay do crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else that suggests that he is our mastermind? Of course. Enos was looking for our secret string puller too. The young pup, as he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Saint was the same young pup, then perhaps... What evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes?
Take that!
I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. That's right. Our mastermind was involved in Canis's and Knight's correspondence chess exchanges. If I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediary between the two of them... Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything, so... And I have to practice for the show, so if you don't mind...
Objection!
Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here. And I can't take any more of your intervention. Ooh, just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Miles Arena's back in the game for sure. I'm Simeon, the funny clown. Look at me. I'm, juggling. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint. You're a fan of chess, I take it? Huh? Where did that come from? Chess? Sure, I don't hate it. Our secret string puller was playing corresponding chess with Mr. Canis. Why are we calling a string puller instead of a mastermind?
Objection!
I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind?
Objection!
No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter, if you would. Who do you think could have written it? I believe it was the person who had inserted himself between Mr. Canis and Knight. And you think that person was me? Why would I go to all that trouble? That's crazy. To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi Lagarde to murder him. What? You're saying he set that up to try to get Mr. Knight killed?
Objection!
Listen to yourself. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? I noticed there was a different set of animals every time. You've seen me. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. We can find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis. That would prove the connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I have find letters. You won't. Trust me. What? Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. Guess I'm not the sentimental type. But I get hung up on the past, right? Must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. Guess you went in without the evidence you needed once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. This doesn't prove anything either. We've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? Are we out of options? You accuse me of betraying my friend, and you don't even have any proof? You're despicable. Who was that? Oh, hi. Miss Barry, what does she want? Sorry, it's just, I was thinking about what you were saying, and this night person, you mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend? Yes, what of it? She knows. A letter came from him this morning, for Simeon. What? What did you... How is that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Barry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure, here you go. Let's open it up, shall we? It's another correspondence chest letter. Look at those lines as if they were really drawn. That's amazing. I don't know why I like that detail. The next move from the game with Mr. Canis. Should somebody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you were never gonna beat me, not at chess. It's postmarked the 26th of March, the day before Knight died. I guess it must have gotten held up en route. Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being a traveling circus. Our mail arrives late all the time. Interesting that it's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. Yeah. Well, that was good timing. Shit. This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected. Curse you, Bronco, you're still getting in my way, even now? I hate you. I hate you! Oh yeah, they were friends, clearly. Simeon, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. Ah! We weren't friends. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago. Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest. But then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this, and if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it! Stop it! Bronco, stop it! I have to go meet my dad, I promised. If I'm not there to taste his candy for him, he'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him, and the two of us nearly died. He thought he could get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. What? You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer. What does he mean? That doesn't match up with what we know at all. victim of the IS-7 incident was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remembered was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. The murderer was a man named Carmelo Gusto, confectioner. Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name. Or maybe I chose not to remember. Ugh, just thinking about the sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Mr. Saint, are you sure you didn't know the name of the murderer until just now? Eh, you think I'd sit on it if I did? No, I'd have reported him to the police straight away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. That's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die.
Objection!
That's fucked up. I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you've made a mistake. A big one. A mistake? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Halik. So I hear, but I don't remember anything about that. I wish I could. Huh. I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. Huh? Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny. Not at all. You're right, it's not. But you need to know the uncomfortable truth. This piece of evidence proves that you're not Artie Frost's son.
Take that!
Huh? Bronco's chess set. And a ring? Take a look at the ring for me, if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Halik used to mark his works. And it was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. Oh, excuse me. But why would Bronco have a memento of my father? The police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. But that's not... that would mean I was... Precisely. That you are, in fact, the son of Carmelo Gusto. No, that can't be. I'm... My dad was... I remember... Don't I? Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? No way. So I get to see your circus thing even though I'm in jail? I was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game. So the show is just the icing on top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will. And hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, I put a little something in your chess set. But you can take a look at it later. A little something? No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you hadn't detained me 18 years ago, it wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Me? Oh, it was nothing. Goodbye, Bronco. And farewell. I did all that, and now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis. Why I stayed in touch with him all these years. And there we have it. The truth at last. Mr. Saint, You were Mr. Candace's correspondence chess partner. You were the one manipulating events this whole time. I can't even get my tongue to do that. You're right. It was me. It was me all along. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago, but you knew that already. The president's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. And they knew it, too. That's why the guard kept questioning me, day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day would bring. I was a nervous wreck. Who could blame me for wanting to get out of there? But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winter would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life, I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. By the time I was a child, I had nobody. They weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There was only one person I could turn to. Canis, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco. He really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted, and become a hunter myself. And they all became my prey. But I doubt even you imagined that the body devil would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I sure didn't. As long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He nearly managed to ruin things this morning. Lagarde almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I could see exactly how it was going to all go down. He saw right through their plan. But Chairman Winter would try to suppress the evidence in the Lagarde trial. I see. And that's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence or the rule of the law.
Objection!
Maybe I did. But how else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever helped you sleep at night, but Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claimed to hate.
Objection!
That's only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I'd never do anything so wicked. Never ever. Me commit a crime? No. And besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge would have been nearly as fun.
Objection!
So you admit it. Your motive in all this was nothing more than revenge. Sure, I admit it. So what? I despised every single one of them. And here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. The most you can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winter, another to him so he knew about her. But the fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders? Right, same thing at Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. Ooh, shit, I mean... Yeah? The whole fake assassination plot? I handed that to Bronco on a plate. That was part of his plan, too? So Rook's murder... No. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. Still, it moved things in the right direction, wouldn't you say? Isn't fate a crazy thing? Oh, you fucking are. Like, you can't talk like that about a murder. Setting the guard up was easy, too. It just made it seem like Knight and Canis were in contact with each other. Oh, I just made it seem... And slipped the chisel inside the chest set. So it was you who put it in there. Yes, it was. I thought that might point everybody nicely in Canis' direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that would be all it took to make that awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive, and then things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Who, me? You solved both cases and finally brought down Winter and Lagarde. I guess you could say your powers of deduction were the weapon that put an end to the mission. I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure. You didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? What did you say? All I had to do was cower and say no a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Ugh. Getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold for sure. But then, who should come through with the turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal mind of his generation, my knight in shining armor. I bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You ought to thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong. He wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you. Because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me right when I needed it most. Hey. Aw, did he? You're sure he wasn't just trying on his dear departed daddy's shoes for size? No, that's not what he was doing. Come on, K-Meister, don't let this clown get you down. And don't let this clown get you down. He's projecting, plain and simple. Painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people. The poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it. He'll never understand. You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've gotten my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from. And yet... think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. You think you can pin an incitement charge on me? Read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you'd have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. That's not true. You kidnapped me. Sorry, but did I miss the part where you proved that? All I ever admitted to was sending letters. You. Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call pertinent information. Ah, he's a slippery one, I'll give him. There's gotta be something we can do. What about this excitement stuff he's talking about? Incitement, Kay. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it's seen as equivalent to committing the crime itself. So then we just need to prove that he told them to do it. Say that like it's going to be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. You think you can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you? I can think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I planned my escape too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere, I trained all these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example? All I'd have to do is say the word, then sidle off stage in the chaos. What? You wouldn't. I'm just spitballing. But you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just as easily take Sean hostage with the gun I may or may not have in my pocket. Yeah, you know what? That would make for a killer show. You will do no such thing. Hard to know what lengths he might actually be prepared to go to. But knowing what we know about him already, we have to be prepared for the worst. Fine, I'll humor you. But once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. Bore me and we're done here. Alright, let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? There must be something we can do. Can't let his crimes go unpunished. Prove I incited? Ooh, it's a present too. It's not even a press. It's a. We're going right on with the stuff.
Objection!
Oh, he got the finger. I'm afraid you're wrong. I have proof you meant for at least one murder to happen. Because you said so yourself. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? I said that? Weird. I don't remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything, but this time you're wrong. I am. Yes, because our conversation was being recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. It was. You got your conversation with the clown here on tape? That's what you're trying to tell us? No. Things he says, a schemer's schemes will swallow him in the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? Oh, what the hell is she doing here? You bet I can. You bet I can. Got it. It was this part right here. Mr. Edgeworth, that's Judge Gaville's cell phone. Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I can't hear Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Right around here. I I was a surprise. Huh? That's weird. Something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I'll say. Seems we maybe didn't quite catch the next part on tape. What? Why? How could it not be on there? Ah, poor babies. You'd think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. There's something a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote-controlled bugs? Sure they exist, but... So you switched it off to avoid being recorded. Bingo!
Objection!
But how? You'd have had to know... You would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place. And I did. Of course I did. It was so obvious that someone was eavesdropping, and that's because Miss Lloyd was it. That's because Miss Lloyd was it. You knew about the kid prosecutor's kidnapping without any prompting. No. You heard that whole conversation? I did indeed, old pal. But I must say, I thought you would have figured it all out much sooner. Are you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Now, where were we again? Oh, yeah. At the part where you couldn't prove incitement. It was game over. Oh, well. Oh, shucks. So my tape ain't gonna be of no use to nobody after all. Come on, I must have recorded something. Hey, K-Meister. Yeah? The old buggeroo. It was in your pin the whole time, right? That shake anything loose from the old brain tree? I don't know. Give me a sec to think. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. So sad, relying on flawed evidence. Desperately trying to make it stick. Well, that's quite enough of that for now. Next topic, please. He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. I had a one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What if the sound from that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts for the bug for? Started about, let's see now, 2 nights back? In which case, during which time frame would we be likely to find Mr. Saint's voice on that tape? Mr. Saint abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building 2 nights ago. What if there was a recording going on that time? Miss Lloyd, quickly play us any tape you have from the night before last. Huh? Oh, sure thing. That's the sound of the balloon. Indeed it is. Around that time, I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it. Means he can't have been too far away from you, or the bug. Is there anything else in the recording, I wonder? What the hell was that metal sound? Wait, that noise! That was a gunshot! You turned your bug off then, too, it seems. Unluckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties you directly to the case. What are you talking about? Nobody ever even mentioned a gun. He's wrong. Somebody involved in this case disarmed or discharged a firearm. I just need to remember who it was and present a piece of evidence that proves it.
Take that!
It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be. Yes, I was there with the president. Wait, not long after we started talking, he noticed something and told me to leave. And if a gunshot rang out shortly after that? Don't tell me you didn't hear it yourself, Mr. Saint. Not when it sounds crystal clear in this recording. You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect me to do when you keep sprouting your weird theories? We didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. Yeah, ka-chang. If you listen carefully, you can hear that bullet hit something too. Would the president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? Or would the bullet have struck?
Take that!
I think the president was firing at the balloon. And if he was, what we heard on the tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Let's take a look and see, shall we? Look at that. I see you. A hole with a bullet stuck in it. There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I'd call that pretty conclusive proof. Well, Mr. Saint, how do you explain not just the sound on the tape, but the accompanying bullet hole? You see everything, don't you? Pretty impressive, I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess already, would you? Alright. No need to get cranky. What really happened 2 nights ago? I'll admit I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived, Judge Cavale and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the president noticed me, and he made the good judge leave right away. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired. But why was he trying to shoot down the balloon? Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend the judge here. Me? Yeah, you. You told him about Sean. What did you think would happen? Why did you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. Because she knew the truth about Sean's parentage. He was afraid. Afraid. Yeah, you could say that. The man was a total coward. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me. He couldn't even shoot straight. So you see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm an innocent bystander. Yeah, we have kind of established that the president was a very paranoid man.
Hold it!
All this shit is true, I don't blame him. You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of there the second he pulled out that gun. Couldn't have my balloon going pop. But it was a close run thing. So you left right then and there? Of course I did. He was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Is that a problem? Yeah, it does. When the hell did you put K down? In the end, you managed to leave K there up on that rooftop. Which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. I hung around a little longer to make sure the coast was clear, then I landed on the roof. Would you mind appending this statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch up to the 51st floor. I don't even know where the hell that is.
Objection!
You're lying to us again. I am. The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. His heart testified to that fact. What? Oh yeah, because she was down there. And you believe the word of a 2-bit hack over mine? I beg your gosh dang pardon? Say that about the chief again. I dare you. I'll wipe that smile right off of your stupid clown face. Ooh, you got them both going. So we know Miss Hart was camped out on the 51st floor that entire evening. But if our fake president didn't escape through there, and then how the heck did he get off the roof? An excellent question. And one that I hope to provide the answer to next. We know that he either didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possibilities. Which leaves only one possible way of escaping that rooftop. How did the president leave the rooftop if it wasn't via the elevator or the hitch?
Take that!
He flew. He flew? Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Quit fooling around, will ya? Why in the world would I give that guy a lift in my balloon?
Objection!
Up and away. There was a security camera on the elevator and Miss Hart on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left that rooftop.
Objection!
You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger, giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn. Miss Hart, can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment? You bet your big toe I was. I done said as much in my testimony.
Objection!
Huh. To the noise. The sound of Miles' faithful assistant falling through the hatch. That didn't scare you so badly that you fainted. So maybe I ought to have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. I passed out unconscious, you might say. What happened? That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. So what if I did? Ain't a girl in the world that don't got a little Ain't a girl in the world don't get caught a little unaware sometimes. Sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your faith in these people.
Objection!
I mean, I'm kind of unsympathetic on this one. It doesn't matter. Okay, can't have fallen down the hatch until after the president left the room.
Objection!
Are you sure about that? Allow me to offer a little counter theory. The coward fake president fired his gun at me. Then he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down that hatch. So what if he did? What would that mean?
Objection!
Come now, surely even you can see what I'm insinuating here. It's elementary. If the president hid until after Miss Hart fainted, he could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. There we have it. Your little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. Oh. Did he have to do that to me in my own voice? Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, and another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to our pal the president while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to the set to try and murder him the next day, only to wind up being killed himself. That's right. It was Sean who murdered the body.
Objection!
This guy sucks. Holy shit. What possible reason could the boy have for doing
Objection!
Oh, a pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. And how did he discover that exactly? Because I told him in one of my trademark letters. What? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Huh? Or am I? Maybe I didn't tell them. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did tell him. And maybe I didn't. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault the Torosaurus head fell off the roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad until today, I swear. Huh. Well. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. But who knew it was you who made it fall? And the president died from being crushed, was it? Alright, well that's confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on getting your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Although I guess you'd say something more like, and so the pieces fall into place at last. Well, counter my unassailable logic if you can. Yeah, this guy fucking sucks. How much longer till he's done? You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with Chairman Winter. So, what makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot on my balloon? Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head. And who said old Torosaurus is not gonna falling, This guy fucking sucks. It all makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. And what was the motive behind the murder? The little truth I shared, just like I said. Get it? The truth. The thing you're so fond of? That's what caused the murder here, not me. Well, is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy. Can't help noticing nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Curse you. See, that needs to be a damn you right there. Damn you. Just what I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You, winner, that idiot phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs. That's not true. Well, if you're not gonna... Well, if you're not gonna make the move, I guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell them the kid here's a murder, maybe they'll finally do something. We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. How did I know you'd make some excuse for stalling even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet you still want to prolong the agony? Well, as long as you know what you're doing. Ooh! Not holding back. What? Did you forget that little Shawnee's life is on the line too? Hey, Miles Areno. Take a deep breath for me, would ya? Why would I do that, Fender? Because it's times like these you need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smile. Remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and Laughing Boy can't agree on. But how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on the balloon or not, but rather under what conditions would Simeon have been cool with letting him get on board? Turnabout and thinking. Forgive the interruption. Just my 2 cents worth. Or your old man's, I guess I should say. Maybe Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. That's right. Under what circumstances could the body devil have been allowed on that balloon? He was a physically imposing man, and what's more, he was carrying a gun. Had he been drugged? No. There were no traces of sedatives found during his autopsy. Which case? Surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. It's gonna be tricky, but I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time. Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. What? Did you really just say that? You? Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? Did he use his special powers? The only person in communion with monsters was you. Sorry, but you must have me mixed up with somebody else. No monsters here, pal, I'm afraid. Oh, no monster pals here, I'm afraid. Oh, why the false modesty? Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint, and I can prove it. What? You're talking about the lion balloon? Yes. Quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry, you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
Objection!
You seem very keen to stick your story about having manipulated Sean and the president. But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. And the president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon. Oh. I get it. That thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs a few 100 pounds, right? When the president attacked you from the roof, you had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose? Landing the balloon right on top of him. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him. Because what you took away was his dead body.
Objection!
Wait a minute now, Miles. If what you're saying is true, the president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which would mean the time of death recorded in the autopsy was wrong. It would? Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again, it's written right there. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. Yeah. A bitch! April 5th? That was yesterday, which means... Exactly. It means he died when the Torosaurus head fell off that roof. Oh, shit. Oh, his milk carton's sweating, too. Alright, Sean, it's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? We get it. Who wouldn't? He just left you. What kind of a father would do that? No, that's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. Oh, but you did know, because I told you myself. Yeah. My theory really have been so wide of the mark. I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hounded Winter and Lagarde until their crimes were finally exposed. And by ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deduction. Time of death matched up. Everything else would fit. So could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, and what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto. You even ran him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto. The IS-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body in order to kill it, or conceal it. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo. I only wish I could have been there to see his downfall, too. How can you say that? He was your father. Yeah, one that abandoned him. To be fair. Father or not. It's so scary. Miss Lagarde just keeps asking and asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. Is it because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work? He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of a person would do that? We may have shared the same blood, but that's it. Father, what a jerk.
Objection!
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same, even in the method you chose. You deliberately threw up the time of death, just as he did. That's right. We had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor. A refrigeration unit in a depot? I threw off the time of death. And how did I do that exactly? By hiding the president's body in a very specific place. You hid the body right here.
Take that!
You needed to keep the body cool somewhere. And you also needed somewhere to keep Sean. Who knew that the two were connected? You're talking about the kidnapping again? Why are we bringing that up now? Because as much as you may wish we had forgotten, you know that you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. The same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as the animal who abandoned me? A sad irony, but an undeniable truth.
Objection!
Shut up! I'm nothing like him. I could never be like him. He's nothing to do with me, and we're nothing alike.
Objection!
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and old Gusto have a little more in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when we first met, right? Huh. If that's not a product of your daddy issues, I don't know what is. You don't understand. You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. You think the same way. And you're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. I'm not doing the scream. Or should I say, I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit. And the kidnapping? Nothing to do with it. Shut the fuck. Nonsense. You did it so you could blackmail Judge Gavale. You know for a fact you
Objection!
You're a real danger to be around. You know that, Miles? What aren't you going to accuse me of? But it changes nothing. You still don't have any proof of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. Oh wait, or are you planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking a leaf out of the old winter playbook? Never, I would never do that. Myself will rise to the provocation. What was the line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth? Something like that? Huh. But only when the truth suits you, huh? That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? The pig. And why I had to get my revenge myself. I got away with it. I got away with it all. The guard, winner, now you. None of you can touch me. This is bad, Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't there anything we can do? Everything points to this man being our culprit. We need evidence, even just one piece. Alright, it's been fun. But it's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? It's Stick around for the main event, though, won't you? I'll even let you in for free if you'll finally admit defeat. Who was that? Gumshoe! Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Gummy, where have you been? I've been doing my job, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me. And Detective Gumshoe, do you have anything to report? I had them look at a few things real quick, sir, about the refrigeration unit where the kid was kept. It was registered to a very big circus, just like you said. There it is. Just in the nick of time. Good work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint? Must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? A valid question, I suppose. We're no experts on the circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry? We do hire a unit to store all the food for the animals. But I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Cindy. It's so good at that kind of thing. Ah, you fool! Dimian, you're scaring me. Such a shame. Rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. So you panicked and moved it to the grounds of a big building instead. Yeah. But you weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when you kidnapped him. If only you known you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale. Yeah. Don't think you've won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part of your little theory. I am? Perhaps you could enlighten us. You don't have any evidence that I crushed the presidential faker with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is. What? Mr. Saint murdered the victim as we think he did. There should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence.
Take that!
Analysis of the balloon basket should turn up the evidence we need. The balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? Expect to find plenty, actually. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Isn't that right? If there's truth to be found, then he'll find it. He's a hero of justice. He sure is. We'll find something for sure. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of way tighter spots than this one. What they said. We believe in you, Miles Areno. And so does your pop. He's looking down on you right now. I know he is. Stay calm and see this through to the end, Miles Edgeworth. Perfect victory is only moments away. The president's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. You, Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Time to wrap up the mysteries of past and present once and for all. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal the final blow to this unforgivably wicked man. Last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt. What should we expect to find on the balloon?
Take that!
When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies? symbol of the connection between parent and child. Popular flower back in Jingpa. That's your proof? A bunch of flowers that will be rotting at the dump by now? A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away? So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection. It's got nothing to do with any of this. Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represent remains as strong as it ever was. The president held on to them until the last, an act which provided us with our final piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about? Flowers Sean disposed of have been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. We examined the basket for traces of lion lily pollen. What do you think we might find? No. You don't need to do that. You looked over the basket just now. Anyway, if there was pollen stuck to it... there's pollen stuck to it, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow. Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Huh? Come on. Yeah? I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Leave it to me. Alright. Let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? Ah! I've got something. Bright yellow pollen, just like you said. If it's from the same flowers, it shouldn't take more than another quick test to prove it. What? And there we have it. You murdered the president. And this murder you carried out yourself. No, how could this... No! You crushed the president with that balloon. Then you loaded his body into the basket, and you took him to the refrigeration unit. But why? Why go to the trouble of removing the body? Because he knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Oh, Rosie Ringer's murder. Exactly. If he had left the body there, it would have interfered with his other plans. I get it. And he couldn't leave the body in the refrigeration unit for too long either, right? He not. So, while returning to the big building to drop the body off again the following night, he must have observed the fire Sean caused and the Torosaurus falling as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder. You made it seem as if the falling head was what... You made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him so that my son would take the blame. Despicable coward. In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. And while he was dangling from the rope, he was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. No, how did you see through it all? How? You manipulated people, and you manipulated this case, just as you manipulate animals on the stage. You thought you were all powerful, but your reign is at an end. The animals look like they're mad with you, Simeon. Even Money and Isaiah. They thought you were their friend, but you're not. They're sad and mad all at the same time. Just mad. Stop it! Stop looking at me like that! That's why you couldn't train the animals, because they could sense it. Animals can sense that shit. If an animal doesn't like you, then neither should anybody else. Perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning around. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale is destined to end with a whimper. I don't... Get away from me! Get away from me! Leave me alone! Dad, where are you? I'm so scared. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing. I'm not the bad one. They are. Why, Bronco? Why did you stop me from going to see my dad? Really, none of them did what they did. I wouldn't have had to. I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. I was all alone with nobody to help me. But that man, he helped me. Canis was the only one who ever helped me. What if I used people? I had to. No, leave me alone. Oh. Whoa. So, he just got punched by a gorilla. And somehow lived? God, gorillas are scary. It seems the game is up at last. The killer. Mr. Edgeworth, may I be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now I am free to... No! Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it. You must have stolen it from the president after murdering him. This gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was an imposter, and yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There is nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. If one does not know what cards one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. But that was not your true crime. No, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me. That is the crime for which you are about to pay. No! Oh, hell. You! I remember this scene. This is actually kind of sick. It's been a while, the killer. Step aside, Canis. That man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. And if I refuse, let us just say that I may not take the loss of the one life I have ever saved too well. You save a life? Bodhida Marcanus? Blind butcher himself? Preposterous, I know. But yes, I, who have taken so many lives, once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he, in his turn, saved mine. Something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like. I know I would. But I would respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, I ask that you let this particular target live. Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you. I am in your debt. You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day. No, get back here! You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needed to be shown the error of his ways, and you have done just that. Alright, I suppose we better get better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Helmet? Yes, it does. Oh, hello. You killed my dad, didn't you, old man? I will not lie. I did. My victims deserve to be remembered at the very least. But I sense a great hatred for me from you, horned pup, in that case. Sean! No! You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Take it. Cut my throat. One sure slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. I want revenge. I want it so badly. Sean, don't do it. Please, Sean. I beg of you. At least I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. Oh, but you should make those who've wronged you pay. It'll make you feel so good, trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out, numbs it. Maybe it does. And listening to you, I thought maybe that's what I wanted. Sean. But it's not just about me. Say I get my revenge. How does that help anybody else? If I become a murderer, my mom suffers 10 times more than I ever would. So would all the people I work with. They're counting on me, and they worry about me. Thoughtful words indeed, little one. Yeah? Well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you. But I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean. Wow. You may be young, Sean, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be. I know that's right. You'd at least consider trying to better yourself, guy. Very well. I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup. On our way to where? Where else? To the prison. Our home. Our home? And with that, the case came to an end. A case that dragged so many people into its orbit. But as for me, there's one last thing I had to do. April 8th. My God, there's so many letters. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. What's the big idea, big guy? Want to tell us what we're doing here? Mr. Edgeworth, your request has been processed and approved. Huh? Your what now? I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated. Your badge? What's the meaning of this? I am returning it. From this day forth, I am a prosecutor no longer. I still can't believe you did that for me. A great man once said that an attorney's job is to be a friend to the friendless and to trust his clients to show him the way to the truth. That man's image will be forever burned into my memory. My father in the courtroom, fighting for those who could not fight for themselves. Good old Gregory. That was his path. Your path. Mine lies elsewhere. Edgeworth. My path is that of the prosecutor. Always was. Well, guess that's that. Sorry. Oh no, I dig it. Besides, I can tell by that look in your eye your mind's made up. It is. Alright then. Looks like our work together is diddly done. Just don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. The club's now closed to new members. I understand. Hey, Milester. Care to tell me why at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on? I thought you were gonna say chair and I got scared. You once asked me something, Thunder. Are you gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. Oh, only you can answer. I've been thinking about that question ever since, about how I mean to live my life. And now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm gonna help people as a prosecutor. Can't you also do that as an attorney? Look at it this way. Simeon Saint was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all those years ago. With him, his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. Lose somebody so important to you. Lose faith in everything. To doubt everything and be utterly alone. To fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. But I was lucky. Somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. And they just do not want to show him. That's interesting. Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. But I doubt even you imagined that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I sure didn't. As long as Mr. Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If you'd been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Winter made a mockery of justice, and in doing so, drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that helps keep the people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among many of the law's great contradictions. Say that again. Yep, what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. One cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor? A custodian of the law? I think perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badge again and confront those contradictions at every turn. Barry Miles Areno. I like it. You know, it won't be easy breezy though, right? Writing the law itself? That's lawyering on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I don't doubt that. If it has to be anybody, it should be you. Laws are like people, I guess. They both gotta grow and change. Adapt or perish, am I right? You're gonna smash this, I just know it. After all, you're Gregory's boy through and through. And if there's one thing that man did not know how to do, it's give up. Eyes on the prize and straight on till sunset. That was his motto. what? I saw that same determination on your face the second you mentioned taking up prosecutoring. Prosecutoring? Sure. You know it's really grown and changed. Hate to be a great big cheese ball, but you. I only wish your dad was here to see it. He'd be proud as all get out. Fender, thank you. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway. By the power invested in by the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Verity Gavale, do hereby, in sight of the Almighty Goddess, reinstate Miles Edgeworth, servant of the law. Proof of my profession, however, I prefer to keep it in my pocket. Gaudy as hell. Alright, you're a prosecutor again. Best news I heard all week, sir. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, I got a scoop. Your pop's gonna wanna know that his kid just signed up for the opposition a second time. Thank you again, Fender, for everything. Don't thank me yet. Next time you see me, it'd be across a courtroom. His face is a whole lot less roguishly charming when it's not on your side of the aisle. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. I hope that day comes very soon. Alrighty, Fender out. Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you, Judge Gavale. I owe you more than I can say. You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed. Not at all. I was never truly alone. That's right, you had the goddess of justice on your side. Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal system itself. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that, and for setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law and overcome them. And I thank you for your commitment to that cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I will look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon. As will I. You did not see the best of me when I last oversaw a trial. The next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality. Judge Gavale. I don't mean to call your motivation into question. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? But to my mind, the ideal judge is not wholly impartial. The ideal judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. Then, when all is said and done, they pass down a judgment based on that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this. Perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals. It's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Forgive me, this is my opinion, nothing more. That's my opinion. You are right, of course. There are other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights, Mr. Edgeworth. There's another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me, someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean. This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near me gave hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent, when we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going, no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them, for Sean's sake more than anyone's. Like the mistakes made in the incident in which his father died. So you see, there is something more important even to me than the words of the goddess. Though it may anger her to hear me say such things. So that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection. But I must grow, as a servant of the law and as a mother. That I believe above all else. I see. Since we both have plenty still to learn. Indeed, we are neither of us perfect yet. That doesn't feel right. Okay. Let us continue along our chosen paths and continue to grow as we tread them until we meet again. I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon the next step of your journey. Fine, I concede. She's not as annoying anymore. That was a rough get there. I lost the title of prosecutor and never gained it. And in doing so, I have seen a new way forward. Journey. I am determined to follow that path till finally see the truth. No matter how hard it might be, no matter what obstacles might arise, woe betide anybody who stands in my way. Whoever they may be, whatever they may be.
Objection!
Slow down so I can fucking read it. Jesus. Well, anyway. Watch the credits roll. So, Chief, what kind of scoop we looking to land ourselves next, huh? Did I teach you nothing, knucklehead? We're journalists, dang it. These are our stock and trade, our bread and butter. You don't just hand that stuff over. Not even to make credits. Sorry, Chief. Guess I still got a whole bunch to learn, huh? Well, alright then. Better track down. Yo, you can't be up here. I'll put you down. Okay, you're good. No. It was arm move. I shan't be forgetting. Grapes. No rush. I'm sure there'll be time to ponder. Yeah, I'm not reading all this out loud. It's gonna just speed. Oh, nope, they're taking it away. Oh, the polar bear! I love that he like bonded with it. Now this guy. give up. Ah! Would have been funnier. But it's a T-rated game. Oh, she jumped. I was so shocked when I learned what Simeon had been up to. Like, you know she has that Disney princess voice. There's no way she doesn't. I cannot do it. Oh, the dog. Oh yeah, now that the warden's gone, are those animals just done? Yes, our I love how he talks. He's like, no, they won't. No. Everybody fucking knows that. We all talk to our pets that way. Oh, he's visiting her. Oh. I forget. She didn't actually kill anybody, right? She just kind of... She tampered with the crime scene. Track, let me tell you. One track minds these people. Ugh. I did not care for Scone. Greggy Pegleg. Sammy Poople. I'm for that. Can we bring some of that this way, please? Oh, yeah, I forgot he was in this. No, bam! Bam! This man is crazy too. Badster the Badinator. Was he not in jail? Is he not in jail after all? I thought he went to jail. Probably saying it as I'm typing out his name to look it up. Holy macaroni! I guess. No, he's just there. Oh yeah, the old lady. Hit her again. Hit her again! Dang, you fool child. Sorry, Grandma. Sorry about it. Also, I'm concerned, like, because that one was only, like, what, 60? Jesus. Rep it. Science saves the day again, huh? Good thing I happen to be around, right? I mean, you did choose to go to Europe. That was your choice. She's all over the next game. Or like, later. I don't know if I'm gonna play any more series on here. It's not out of the question, but like... we'll see. You will see. As of filming this, I don't know what game to release this one with yet. I'm sure if you're watching this on YouTube, I've long figured this out, but as of right now, I just don't know. I have a few more games I'm gonna play, but I've got a lot of time to figure out. Right. Put something in this one's place. Yeah, the imposter thing. We never learned his name, did we? That was... Did we never learn his name? No, even the Ace Attorney wiki just says Dijon Wang body double. They should bring this character, a lot of these characters they should back, but I don't think they have ever, right? Probably because this game was never translated until now. Maybe they will? Now that they have? I don't know. I mean, these characters here they brought back, but like, they've already been introduced, like, before this. I don't think they've ever even announced a new game. No, they haven't. Apollo Justice stuff just came out, right? Yeah, but, well, year came out on January of 2024. So as of filming, there hasn't been anything else other than... Yeah, as of filming, there hasn't been anything else, but... So oh, here's an ending. Prosecutor's bill. Phew. Been a busy few days, huh, sir? Unbelievably so. How did so many important cases all come along at once? Never a dull moment when I'm around. Guess I'm just lucky that way. Wait, so all that stuff happened because of you? No, Gummy, how could you say that? And yet, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. Okay, what now? Will you be returning to your thieving practice? Yeah, good question. What? You're not sure? How can I put this? I guess I feel like I've been trying to follow in my father's footsteps this whole time, you know? Trying to become a great thief, just like he was. Yatagarasu. Or a Yatagarasu, at least. But watching how this all panned out for you, Mr. Edgeworth, it got me thinking that maybe I need to get out from under his shadow and live my own life, too. Just like how you decided not to do the whole attorney thing. It's time to make our own fate. He's right after all. Nothing thrives in the shade. I do. God, I do. I'm going to be my own hero. That sounds like an admirable plan. I won't be giving up the name. Can't not be the Yatagarasu, right? Whatever name you pick, you'll always be Kay to us, and you'll always be a hero. Aw, thanks, Gummy. When did all this happen? Hold the phone. This is April 8th. First one was... Yeah, all this happened like in the span of a month. Holy hell. Aw, thanks, Gummy. You'll always be my Gummy, too. You bet I will, and I'll be doing my detective thing just as hard as always. Ooh, dirty. So I'll be counting on you, sir. Yes, and I'll be counting on you too, detective. Just as I've been counting on you these last few days, you've helped us out too many times to mention. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise. Huh? Huh? Wait, you mean... What's the matter? I'm saying I'll see to it that you get paid a little more, detective. You will? This is unbelievable, sir. No way! Go, Gummy! Like a dream come true. I can finally leave the instant noodle life behind. But don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't be getting any easier. I hope you understand. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. I'll give you everything I got. Just you wait and see. Now turn around. They're boyfriends. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They need to come out with a game where they're like the future and they're just married. Bender and Judge Gavale set me on a new path in life. A path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. A path at whose end lies the ultimate truth. But can I really do this? I'll need to give it some serious thought. It certainly won't be easy. Nonetheless. Mr. Edgeworth, there's another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean. This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. When we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. That was your secret weapon all along. The strength of your bond with your son. The strength of my bond. Oh, I almost forgot. What is it? I was trying to find other members for my Yatagarasu team, right? I do vaguely remember something about that. Never even found a single one. We were going to be unstoppable in our quest to steal the truth. So much for that little pipe dream. You're kidding, right? You already have a team. A team that can solve any case in the world, any case the world cares to throw at it. Huh? Yeah, I guess I do. The prosecutor, the detective, and the great thief. Between the three of us, we can hunt down the truth. Put it in handcuffs and steal it once and for all. Can't help feeling a little sorry for the truth in that case. As long as the three of us stick together, we got nothing to fear. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? So they're gonna get married and then adopt her because I think she's still 17. My father followed his own path, right to the end. Now I follow a path of my own making, too. Not alone, I have some colorful companions to help me. As long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. It's a new path and a new me. I'll be walking it as a prosecutor, not an attorney. My father's path and mine are different. But they're not as separate as they may seem. Though the routes may differ, the destination is the same. Because of course, both end at the truth. Yay! Ooh, let's check out this gallery while we're here. See what's in here. Might as well, right? Ooh, I got 63% of them. What the hell did I miss? Okay, get away. Oh, I did not get the platinum. These are probably just for beating on the cases. Okay. Examining Edward's seat. God, I missed all of them in the second game. Oh yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. Oh, well, it's... I did get all the photos. Basically, it's just every scene. All of the two dead bodies. This game was crazy. Absolutely. It was amazing. Character compendium. You can see all their little movements. See what they look like in the old game. Look at that. Gun show. My hair is a little more put together. It is so funny. Okay. Oh yeah, her hair got taller. Running. Ooh, she running. Oh, she's jumping. Lang. Sheena. Doc Clarkman. Oh, they changed his hair color, it looks like. Buddy Faith. I think he only has 4. Oh, that's interesting. Maggie. Officer. Forensics. Rhoda De Niro. Dang, her hair was crazy. Amy Neal. Oh, they made her taller. Zinc LeBlanc III. Acme Hicks. The Captain. Mike Meekins. And the old bag is the Pink Badger. Huh? Oh, shrunk her. Oh, they gave him shoes. Corn Pops. Got 2 detectives. Young Miles Edward. Young Franziska. Younger Dick. Little K. Ad. Oh, God. Yeah, they gave him more hair. Look at that. That's so funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they changed her a bit. Judge. Young Shilong. Bailiff. That one's pretty yeah, that much better. Who the hell is that? Oh, a reporter. Mexican mask, embassy stab.
Objection! Objection!
Okay, I see how they did this. Nice attorney too. Oh yeah, look how she looked. They actually like didn't mirror her. Oh, they didn't either. That's interesting. Oh, okay. No, they made his beads a lot smaller. What a puppy. Crazy. All the animals. A young Fender. Young Ben. They really kind of did change guys up on that. Oh, without the grandma. Yeah, she's only 60. investigation stuff. Documentation. Oh, okay, these will have to be looked at. Play the game and beat it. Oh, music. Alright, well, that certainly was something. That was fun. I'm glad I did that game. Anyway, that is the finale of Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Thanks for hanging out after all this time. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I will see you all next time. I do not know as of recording it's happening on next Friday, but